This week, boy, music video, editing. Um, I don't know. Trying to think about the week. I feel like it's like recording a podcast. I never remember any moment, but check me like 2 weeks. I'll be like, oh yeah, that thing did happen. Yeah, the music video will be out soon. Might come out around the same time as the podcast, to be honest.
That's
It's
fun.
a quick turnover.
Oh, okay.
So,
I thought more time would have spent on it because it was supposed to be like the best that has ever been created.
if what?
Remember, you told me he said that it was one of the best
Oh,
tracks he's ever created. No, so I thought it might have had some time spent on the editing.
nah, come on, real quick. But everything was good. Everything was great. I don't know where that fly came from. It's the first time I've seen
And in seconds out of
an insecticide of here of that size. Actually, just I think in general.
yeah.
Strange. Yeah, music video. I feel like I didn't shoot anything, but I've been editing. So I think I've just been taking up a lot of my time.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Nice.
that's really it. That's really all that's happened. I'm just working on, I guess, things for the podcast and how I guess it could look.
You're right.
I did schedule a bunch of posts this week, so
Yeah, I saw them coming out.
I think it was good because I was so in the moment of this week
That
that I
if
didn't
you
even
had
have
to click
time.
publish,
Yeah, no, I don't took up just like it would have just thrown off not the day, but it would have thrown off just
what
like
it is that you were doing.
yeah. So that was it because the week went by and I didn't even think about it. Everything was posted in the places it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think the only place it didn't get posted was
TikTok,
did it?
Instagram.
There was supposed to be another one to go on Instagram, or maybe two more, but I can't schedule on Instagram from the computer.
You posted on TikTok? I don't know how.
TikTok and YouTube, everything went up, but for some reason you can't schedule from Instagram on the computer.
Interesting.
I could do it on the phone, but when I export the videos on the computer, it was just easy to not have to go on the phone.
Easy to have it on the
So, yeah, because I just drag and drop. Now after airdrop it to the phone and kind of press everything.
yeah.
And I guess that was an extra 5 minutes. Now I know. And I guess we'll just have extra videos on Instagram for the next week.
Okay.
Because I think only one clip went up, but it's really meant to be 3. I made 3.
Okay. I saw 2 of them so far.
Yeah, when did I probably last one then?
I don't.
I'm trying to remember.
Right.
I feel like I scheduled 3. It was 2 of myself, 1 of you, and then I had 1 of you for the beginning to show that the video was out. So that was like a balance.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I love myself so much. And yeah, just being on top of things.
Yeah.
I don't know, just not having to do it any moment.
Yeah.
So it just kind of worked out. I'm just trying to schedule more things. That way, the content is posted, and it's not just like staying there somewhere. You know, you tell yourself, "Yeah, I'll get around to it." It's like no. If I tell myself I'm gonna do this thing every other week, sit down on LinkedIn, do up 2 posts. I did that. These are the days it's gonna go out. So Monday I had one, and next week Monday will be another one, and sometime in the week I think I have one on Wednesday. I don't know why I landed on a Wednesday. I didn't want to do the weekends because weekend is podcasts.
Yeah, the main episode is coming out.
Podcast coming out, so I had to lead up to that, and just potentially editing is gonna happen on the weekends. That's really in the week anyway. So
Yeah.
middle of the week, my things, LinkedIn, whatever, I can schedule those things.
Yeah.
And well, my daily post is my daily post now, even though I didn't do last night or yesterday. So, because I was tired.
I've been looking at them.
Yeah, after we finished recording,
You lay down on the ground and
no, that was it. I was done. And I got up from the ground, but I went on the couch And
You woke up this morning.
I woke up this morning and that was it.
Yeah.
Michael said something. He said, what did he say? He said something. I barely remember it. And I was like, yeah, yeah.
And then bright.
That was the end of me. Woke up this morning and that was it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. We are here. Had a meeting.
In a music video shoot, is it that for each clip they play the entire song?
No.
So it's just for that particular section of the song that they want to shoot for? Yeah. Because what song? I was looking at one of Chris Brown's music videos, and it had real cuts for different sections of the song, and I was like, my brain was like, the only logical way I see this being cut in my head, because it's different,
Yeah.
different sets that they were on,
Yeah.
and then depending on what he's saying, they might cut to a different set and then cut back to another set and then cut back to another set. And I said the only way I could see this working is you record the entire song on one set.
It depends.
Okay.
It depends on how you want your edit to go.
Okay.
So if you know your edit has, if you're gonna get a big set, you might as well just shoot a lot on the big set.
Yeah. Might as well just film the whole entire song that you could.
Yeah, and then you can cut up at any point. Chorus is chorus, so if you get a first take or a second take, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Because it was like a pretty like upbeat song. And like they were cutting on basically like dun, 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 dun. And I was like, my goodness. And this looks like
it depends on like where you want to make the video. You want like a slower pace video, you want a faster pace video, and then the edit will now.
Okay. I guess then like if
that.
some music videos where like the person is going on a journey, you kind of just
you wouldn't record the whole thing, you just do little bits and pieces. Also, how much time did you get with the song before? Like, because I guess if you get more time and you really think about like, hey, this is what these shots are gonna be like, then you could say, oh well, we're just gonna do this 30 seconds of the song. We record that a couple of times, and we get it. Sometimes they might just be like, hey, give me from the halfway mark to the end.
Okay.
Give me from 1 minute in to 2 minutes in.
Okay.
So it depends. I guess when you're editing, you kind of know.
And that music video you all shot, or is in collaboration with another studio? You would have.
I was hired to do lighting.
Okay. Oh, you personally was hired.
I personally was hired to do lighting for somebody.
Nice.
So yeah.
I don't know
when the video comes out to that.
No, but I was not gonna say this is gonna cause issues in your contract, but I don't know if you have like non-compete.
It's I don't know. Turnout is not that big. So it's like there's only so much people I guess you could call on.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense.
Because when we have bigger sets as well, I think we just call one person.
Okay.
So his name is Aaron.
Okay.
He also has people that works with him as well, but
he's the main guy.
Yeah, I think he's the guy that running things in the country. He does great work. But I try to think of like
anybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair.
Yeah. Like I really can't think of anybody else.
Because like in
that we would like call on.
In like my industry, like our contract has like non-compete with like our direct competitors. But if it's like somebody in Australia wanna hire, not affecting our week. So
Yeah. I was talking to a friend in the States. She's a producer. And she says she has an assistant. And how it works in the States, and I don't know if this works for the UK, people just kind of work with whoever. Like she has an assistant, but her assistant also goes to produce for other companies and people. Just because like, hey, are you available on this day? No, okay, cool. Because sometimes the opportunity that you get,
may circle back.
No, I don't know how to explain that.
Okay.
Like we say the boss. You know? I'm saying that in this case she is the boss of this person. Um, everybody kind of start off like,
At the bottom.
yeah, and you work your way up.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta watch it like, I would love this opportunity. Like, yes, I want to do this thing, but the opportunity of doing this thing might take my career further, or it might help my career a little bit more than doing this other smaller project, or you really want to work on this specific thing because you think it might benefit you in some way, or it'll be cool to add to your portfolio to say, hey, I did this video, or I did this thing for this person.
Yeah.
And I think it's understood as like, all right, cool, if you're not available, I guess somebody else is fine.
Yeah.
You know, I guess they really try to make it the AC remote has been here the whole time.
It has.
But it's okay. Yeah, but it's fine because everybody's been around that same range and trying to make a name for themselves. When you understand that this person is also trying to make a name for themselves.
Okay.
So it's like they really make it a habit, I guess. But I understand, like, it's okay to go and do these things if you think are cool.
Yeah.
Because I too would do the same thing.
If you were in that position.
Yeah.
That's fair. I personally think it's fair.
Yeah, that's what I kind of look at it as. Yeah. But here's a lot smaller, so it's less pools.
Yeah, they
like,
have less people in the pond to really pull
Yeah.
from, so you might circle back to the same thing.
It's like, hey, if you're looking for somebody that does this specific thing, it's really like 4 people you can call on.
Yeah.
So, and then those 4 people also gonna call on the people that they work with all the time as well, too. So you're generally gonna get the same people,
Fair.
I guess, doing the same things all the time. So yeah.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Nice. I have been shooting my little personal diary. I don't want to say diary.
Hey, you bring the camera?
Yes, it downstairs, but I might need it tomorrow morning. Hence why I had to come to town also.
Oh,
it's like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
6 in the morning. So, but I haven't gotten like a confirmation on like location. They were like one of these 2 places, and I'm gonna say like, let me know.
Yeah, pick a spot.
Yeah. So hence why I'll be in the area, and then afterwards to carry the van to service. Hence why I say, I mean, I had to leave the van to service for a couple of hours. I have literally nothing to do, so
Yeah, you can pass. I think it should be fine.
hence me asking earlier if he was not busy today, then
Oh, to record tomorrow.
Yeah. So I was like,
tomorrow is a full day.
yeah. So I was like, all right, well, might as well just come up the road today. And so yeah, I have the camera. You can take a look at some of the shots that I have, and some of it is on the phone because
I can't remember how much I can lean forward.
some of it is on the phone because, well, like stuff like going through the airport like that.
Yeah, how to pull out the camera.
Yeah, because I did like my intro. I started at home where I did like a little piece to camera speaking about what it is to like exercise free will.
Yeah.
And then it would then go into me talking about highlights of last year or lessons learned last year and why it is that I'm exercising free will this year. Where it's kind of like the point that you would have touched on for the past 2 episodes, where like, I want to do this thing. I can do it because I can.
Yeah.
And so I did my first point in Barbados. Listen, no lie, I got so accustomed like getting up so early to go to church on a Sunday to set up that I was like up at 6 o'clock, and I was like,
you have time to kill.
I was like, well, I do for like almost 4 hours.
Oh yeah.
The beach is like 15 minutes away. So literally, Chris went to play basketball with his boys. I went in the beach and soaked for about a good 2 hours.
Early in the morning to play basketball?
Dog. It had people there, men scrimmaging.
No.
7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I don't know if I know that.
And how it is? Scrimmage.
Is the same basketball court we went to?
No. It's like literally they have a court on the beach.
Oh, why didn't you take us there?
Well, it was in the night. This one is in the morning.
Oh yeah, we did.
So literally how it is, scrimmage, from like 7 to 9:30. Beach from 9 till 12. Home for the rest of the day.
We
So same like last time I went, he was like, I want to scrimmage with these boys. I know you're at church. Holy khakis. When you finish in the beach, you could head to church. I was like, all
man.
right, cool. I soak in the beach to the point where I come out and I was like, wait, it's only 9 o'clock, boy. I pull out I went to the car, check my phone, because I was going to pack up. I was like, let me see where church is. And I searched that one. I was like, where's services? He told me community center. 9 minutes away. I was like, they were talking about back in
the beach.
I have nothing else to do because it's like, I don't want to set up. And it's like,
Yeah.
I started kind of feeling a little conflicted when I came back on Monday. I was like, I don't want to miss this. Like,
I should have helped that one. Don't you need help? I'm what the fuck? I on the beach.
It's
Take your time.
it's like, all right, I'm back in Trinidad. I had church on Sunday. I had to wake up to like go to work. I go and miss not having anything to do.
I
And I
mean,
kind of feel a little conflicted. It's like,
were you gonna go to the beach? Or you mean just you're like
no, like,
you can sleep and
yeah,
watch the clock and be like,
yeah. So,
2 more.
like, my brain was like, what? This is what everybody in church. You wake up at 8 o'clock, man, it's time. Whereas, if I wake up 8 o'clock, I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah. So it's like, I kind of felt a little guilty. I was like, I want to do this a little more.
Yeah.
But then also, like, I do know that I have a team that relies on me. And then also it's part of my service. So, I felt a little guilty feeling like excited to, look forward to the next time that I could just like take it slow before, go into church,
Yeah, I think it's fine to sleep in though. Not meaning to be late, but like to get a break.
Yeah.
So like, oh, okay, this is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So
because if you're always going, it's just like I never really get ease up,
yeah.
But you need the breaks to just kind of like relax, reset, and then
resets, and it's like, oh, the desire to serve us back, and it's like, cool. Yeah, so I've been shooting that video. So I want to do 3 locations. So the next one is going to be in New York. I don't know where is yet, but I'll think of something.
Maybe sitting on. Oh, you mean the
my next point? But yeah, it's same sitting down and talking. Yeah.
Okay.
Because like literally, I had like the beach to the background.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of close to Bridgetown, but the beach runs the entire way.
Yeah.
So I had like you could see like half of the beach on one side where you could see the water and the sand, and you could kind of see like the city in the background. Kind of, if I could remember the shot. Yeah. So I don't know where yet I'm gonna do that next shot.
Where in New York, you mean?
Yeah. Well, I know it's gonna be there. I know it's gonna happen there.
What's a little Times Square? I don't
know. Yeah. Well, so it's kind of like.
I mean, walk with some zip ties, but.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be moving by myself. I would have like Elijah and they.
That means nothing. Walk with some zip ties still, but.
Because like when I filmed it in Barbados, because obviously people on vacation, I was like, I don't want to wear nobody out.
In my head, I was like, being with people in America means nothing because you're in America.
Yeah, fair.
Not to be that guy.
Yeah. So I was like, I was kind of conscious of like people around me.
Yeah,
but when they see this big camera, and then people on vacation is like, I here to relax. I don't care to be on your video.
Yeah.
So like literally, I found the tree that I found is like a kind of dome shape. I kind of stuck the camera
in it,
not in it, but like under the shade of the tree.
Yeah.
And I kind of like sat down. So like anybody walking around me.
Why don't do it in parts then? Is one big video?
No, but I wouldn't say it's one. What do you mean? Oh, you mean like release each thing in parts?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just because I didn't start off shooting it like that, my brain didn't think about. I mean, I could still technically, I just don't know how now that the Barbados thing kind of like it ends like that part ends with me saying like, okay, I can enjoy this water now. I mean, granted, I could just like put some clips of like
Yeah.
scenery because I do have clips of that. It's gonna end off.
Yeah, just make it one video.
Okay.
And then, okay, my thinking was
Mm-hmm.
not even just like stretching out the content, but you post one, see what you like about it, see what you can improve on, and you post the second one.
Okay. Yeah, that's
And then by
fair.
the third one, you would have like added on a little bit from each one. Be like, oh, I like this, I don't like that, or whatever.
That's fair.
I think it's only when you really hit post is when you're like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Everything is tolerable
Yeah.
until you hit post and you're like, this really sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
And I
the
could fix
timing,
this.
the cadence, the music behind
Yeah.
all this. I
Yeah.
try again, but
Yeah.
I
And
think
then now trying to compile all of that now.
yeah.
You could, I don't know, it's easier to just take any bites
Mhm.
and just fix
Yeah.
little things than to just do one big thing and then I gotta fix a lot of things.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I feel like also
And
for
then
like
also it's just
people's
one.
consumption.
Yeah.
Like instead of having people sit down for 5 to 10 minutes, listen to me yap. I feel like it might be a little easier for people to digest. So if it's like 3 minutes, well, let's see.
Yeah.
See you in the next installment.
Yeah. I mean, it can still be 5 to 10 minutes only one place.
Yeah, no. But I
Yeah.
think the first piece, the intro is like a minute, and then the second part is like 2 minutes, something around there. 3 minutes. I would just call it 3 minutes and done.
Yeah.
And then literally once you put like scenery on each end, yeah, your time there.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, my last video might have been like a good 15 minutes actually.
Oh.
But yeah, I think I'll actually do that then, because then I could actually start learning like the color grading, and I could see like
What you like and what you
what I
don't like.
what I don't like, how to actually use it properly,
Yeah.
all of that stuff, and then even the y- color grading based on the scenery, because
Mm-hmm.
Barbados tropical, you want those brighter colors, and then
Yeah.
New York in this time of year is
Yeah,
kind
it can
of
make it look cold.
yeah. So that's
So I
what
just mean turning blue.
yeah.
If you want something to feel cold or make it nighttime, just make it
Yeah,
blue.
blue. Yeah. So those are so that's what I just kind of like, all right, to edit this thing now.
Yeah.
Because like I transfer the files.
And now it's easier to edit one small thing as opposed to
But
wait, I have 3 countries to edit now.
it's not much clips.
No, it's like a real storage.
Boy, I plug in the SD card and I have the SSD. That's it. I'm gonna transfer this thing. I see 56 gigs.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about 40 to 50.
I was like, my goodness.
Yeah, because it's 4K raw.
Because I sit down, on Sam recording, right? And I did like 3 or 4 takes, right? Because the first one, like a group of guys walked past, and then I was like,
Yeah,
try that again. And then one of them, I think I stuttered, and then I tried to continue. I was like, no, and then I tried again, and then the last one, I think, is either 3 or 4 takes, and then when I went to record the last take, I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, this is a 128 SSD. I mean,
SD
SD
card.
card. I'm like, why does it only have 17 minutes left? I know I checked before I left the house. It is halfway full. And this
Yeah,
is from other stuff from before. So I'm like, I know I have a good 50 gigs still. Why it only
Nah,
17 minutes?
that means nothing to those cameras.
Yeah, no.
And
When
this,
I
that
hit
camera
trans,
doesn't even take up much space
yeah, and I
in the
literally
grand
when he
scheme of
did
things.
the amount that I recorded for that period, those 5 days, I was like transfer. I see 56.2 gigs or something like that. I was like, my goodness.
Yeah, that's why I need storage.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
So
So after big shoots,
mhm,
Brian Manson, and also like a terabyte and something
a
of
footage.
footage. And the
Yeah.
footage is like half an hour
Mhm.
of footage.
Yeah.
So do that by, no. If you're feeling on the lower end, say 10 shoots a year,
Yeah.
that's still 10 terabytes of just footage, raw
Yeah.
footage. And
Yeah, because I was telling Kristen afterwards, I was like, dog, I have no storage. He's like, "What you mean you have no storage?" I was like, boy, one, because then I
yeah,
checked the storage on like the iPhone, like when I was recording. I was like, dog. I mean, I wasn't recording in 4K. I was like, 1 minute of 4K footage is
yeah, it's giving you the readout.
1.4 gigs. He was like, what? I was like, yeah, dog.
Yes, if Johnny records for 10 minutes, how much gigs do you think that is, kids?
Yeah.
That's about 15 gigs.
Yeah, so my biggest thing now is just kind of getting accustomed to like talking to camera with other people around, kind of like forgetting everybody. No,
Yeah.
it's like literal. No one cares that I'm
Yeah,
facing
yeah.
it. When I pointing it in nobody's face,
You never see the influencers in the wild?
no, not like
There's like
in
a
person.
page, it's called
Oh,
Influencers in the
no.
Wild, and they post up people like recording themselves and making videos.
Mhm.
And it looks strange, like, but you always forget about them.
Yeah.
And I always see a comment where it's like, yeah, you're gonna post this and you're gonna forget about this person, and this person paid their rent for the next 3 months.
Yep.
Who's the crazy one here?
Yeah.
Because you just have to pop a phone and talk about something and you get paid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I
So
don't know. When you
yeah.
realize that nobody cares and people are gonna forget about you.
After the second take when the guys passed, I was like, no way, guys. No
Yeah, I'm
one
not
is
redoing
paying.
this.
No one is paying attention to me.
You also get to a point where you don't want to redo it
Mm-hmm.
for every person that passes. You're just like, you know what? Let me just kind of rock through it. Whoever passes in the background, they pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I have a meeting in 10 minutes and I have a 5-minute recording.
Yeah. So kind of after the second one, I kind of just got in my zone. I was just like, that's man. Yeah. I think I do need to work on like talking like directly into the barrel of the lens, where it would have moments I like look away and stuff like that.
I think that's fine. That's
Yeah.
human.
It wasn't like I was talking like this, but it would have moments I was
Yeah.
like, it's like this, that, the third, yada yada yada. But it would always come. I'll come back. I
Yeah.
haven't sat down and put it on a big screen and be like, right, how long I was really looking away for? Is this
Yeah.
like if do I look nervous whilst?
Yeah.
But I think I'm kind of comfortable in front of the camera now. But it's just out in public doing it. It's like,
Yeah. Extra eyeballs and
yeah. But because the camera was in a tree, nobody could have really seen. People probably thought I was crazy. It's like this guy.
yep.
The beach is behind him and he's facing the opposite direction
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, so I know for sure some white auntie who was walking in and around. Nah, some foreign national saw me talking to a tree. I was like,
He's crazy.
he is insane.
This is a Tuesday for you, Ronald. You wanted to come Barbados?
Yeah, it's like, all right. You don't find you looking all young to be.
No, you could go crazy at any point. Let it
Yeah.
go.
Meanwhile, when you go on YouTube, oh wow, this is like really
This looks beautiful.
Yeah, this is.
But then to see it being recorded is like,
It's like this is some deep, heartfelt messagery. Okay, all right. Meanwhile, and then also
yeah,
like
hold on.
guy.
I think I'm watching a fella lose his mind there. One second. Just give me 2 minutes.
Yeah. And it had this guy though on the beach. He was walking his Rottweiler, and it had stray dogs also walking on the beach. And I was like, I could clearly see you are not controlling this dog. This dog is controlling. That one. I'm like, and like it had multiple people that were like, yep. We're my property that if I had
I'd run. At least I know
where my things are.
that's right. Yeah.
Like literally, like multiple aunties were like,
James, are you seeing this?
guys, like guys, that dog was out, and I was like, I feel like after a certain size, you had to muzzle your dog. It was on a leash, but
Yeah.
now I ain't doing nothing because
Nobody say Rottweiler is nice. And
I feel like that is like
Friendly.
walking. I feel like walking around with a pit bull or Rottweiler or any kind of big dog.
Was it pit bulls? One of them. They say that they're nice, but they just made out to be like this very aggressive animal. I'm like,
I feel like these big dogs is like walking around with a loaded gun and just kind of waving it about, and everybody had kind of just like, whoa, where there, buddy? Because at any moment,
I said, don't point.
this dog could just set off,
Yeah.
and we just had a hope for the best.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, and also like that, like Kristen and I, we were at like a shopping center, and someone had their pit bull walking around without a lead, and I was just say like, you could probably afford a court case. I
Yeah.
can't afford no injuries. So then when he got closer and closer to like the shopping area, then he kind of like held his dog and was like,
Oh.
I'm like, brother, every time you step out your house,
Yeah, you're supposed to have vision.
yeah, please. Because everybody else was like, because like it's like eating, it's like a shopping center, but then in the center of the shopping center, they have like a eating place, and then you could like, is the eating area is like a roundabout, so cars kind of drive around it, and the tables are on, it's like high tables with high chairs, so everybody was kind of just on the high chairs, so like,
All right, on my feet.
yeah, and then everybody, you can hear everybody I was like, you should really have this dog on a leash. And I was like, brother, let's be responsible. So yeah, that video is to, I want to start editing it possibly tomorrow when I get home after everything. I have not packed an ounce of clothing, but that's okay.
No, the best time to pack is when you get back.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the editing process.
Yeah, you look forward. Be hopeful.
Yeah. No.
Just keep positive energy, positive vibes, and
yeah. No. But I do know that it's
expose
properly. What do you mean?
Expose your footage properly. The brightness of it.
Oh, okay.
Make sure it's not too bright.
No, I figured
not
that's
too dark.
Yeah,
and you can always crank the ISO because you can always denoise.
Fair.
And if you're looking noisy, just say it's filmic green.
For one of the clips, I was like working. I was like on my desk. I was working on the desk, and I was like,
Yeah.
nope, this is way too dark.
Yeah, just crank the ISO.
And I cranked it, and I was like, oop, now it looks like if I was speaking in the 1980s, crank it back a little bit, and then I raised the f-stop. Lowered the f-stop a little bit, and it was.
If you go to 2.8.
Yeah, no, but also I know the focal point becomes a little more.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah, but it was hunting also.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I brought the camera closer so I could get the focus peaking.
Yeah.
And then I just kept it on manual for that.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's not hard. It's just...
I was just doing it. I was doing it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I know they're not hearing this, but just hearing this and go.
Sometimes you hear it.
No,
it depends on if it's an older lens, you hear it.
Your lens,
you hear it in the camera.
Yeah, I was hearing it like it wasn't like it was more like a click. Yeah, it was like. I was like, you sound like you're destroying yourself right now.
Yeah. Because it's trying to make minute adjustments, but it's set to increments.
Yeah, I know. So click over to but it was just sounding like it was destroying itself. And I was like, you know what? I'll save you from yourself.
Yeah.
For this moment. But yeah.
No, but it's good for low light. But yeah, crank the ISO and denoise, which is what I'm trying to do now. Just crank it and denoise and ND filter, which I think I didn't give you one.
No, we kept it. Oh. It has a UV filter.
The glass.
Yeah,
the clear glass. Well, if it's too bright, you just use the ND filter.
Yeah, I know you have the one I could slide. Yeah,
because sometimes I want to blur the background, but I got the ND filter on me, so I have to just kind of sacrifice on the everything being in focus.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what the prime lenses help with.
Yeah,
Because a
you get a
prime,
shallower depth of field.
yeah, because a prime 35 and a zoom 35 is not
Yeah,
the same.
I
It
know
looks
different.
very different.
Yeah, you get
So
more bokeh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. I'll look out for the video.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see it finished. I don't want to see no sneak peeks. Just slap it when it finished and be like,
If I run into any issues, you will be seeing at least a still image of.
yeah, just be
It's
like,
mostly the color grading that I'm gonna need help with.
oh,
Because I just well finding.
oh, I can show you something though.
Mhm.
I'll show you something.
Okay. Because like
So
finding music or the right track.
oh,
I know that's gonna take me some. It's gonna take me a good amount of time because I might select a track, and then I had different track. I might start to cut it out, and I hear a different track, and I'm just like, oh, I like this track.
that's fine. But yeah, try not to overcomplicate any color grading. Just do basic things and just add on like, oh, what would make it 10% better?
Mm-hmm.
And if you do enough 10%, it starts to look better and better, and then you learn how to do things quicker. So I learned something specifically with the log files of
Is that
this camera.
the thing where you again the thing instead of doing the whole wrong thing? I can't remember.
No.
No, okay.
This is the one I just tell you to treat it like an ARRI camera in
Yeah, that
DaVinci.
one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Because you were like, why?
It looks better for some reason.
Well, okay, yeah, because you told me like, why were you all telling me to do this when I could have just
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I don't know why, but it just looked better, and I was like, if it looks better in my eyes, this is the important thing. If it look good to these, then
Yeah.
nothing else matters. It made their life easier in the I guess getting a look correctly and everything. So
Yeah.
that was that. Yeah.
Thank you to Brandon Studio for letting us use your space. Make sure to check them out on the corner of, oh, let's forget the name of that road. Patna Street, Patna Road.
I don't know what the term is.
You can reach out to them on the Instagram or via email. Yeah, that's Jabari.
And Jabari.
See you all next time.